This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey everybody.
G'day.
Today we caught up with Will Anderson, had a little bit to chat to him about, including a new series of Question Everything.
He's a ripper, actually.
We talk a little bit about our trip away, how Sean and I had to tell people that we were from Perth and apologise for that fact.
Yeah, absolutely. We had Ned Brockman in. He's the running man, ran from Cottesloe over to Sydney in one foul swoop.
We discuss other big issues like dancing on a podium in a nightclub, Ali's newsreader hair, school camps,
And
what Sean has to do today.
Shall we chuck in Sean's round of Dream Team as well?
Dream Team.
Why not?
This is Nathan, Nat, and Sean
On Nova.
Nova 937.
It's 6:03. Nathan and Sean, happy Wednesday, friends.
Yes.
That's two guys
Come on, mate.
overcompensating.
Oh, totally.
You're not fooling anybody,
Totally,
you two.
totally.
Come on.
It's a Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, at least we've got Rose Hill to look forward to and possibly a bit of a go at Caulfield later on in the day.
The amount of
That's
times
what we've got to look forward to, is
in
it?
Sydney, just being near you while you have your phone on a race is unbelievable. On the flight, everywhere. You're
In-flight
betting on the
Wi-Fi
flight.
has
So
been a revelation for you,
sorry,
hasn't it?
I showed Sean a hat because one thing that kills
Yeah,
me
you
on
did.
flights nowadays is a lot of the times they don't even give you an iPad. There's no TV or anything there. So if you don't have your own device, then you're stuck.
Can you find that amazing when you're paying big dollars to be able to fly
huge.
over the other and three-quarters of the flights don't have that?
Yeah,
Right.
it's insane. So anyway, Sean's just there, and it breaks my heart that he's just watching things on his little phone.
I am.
And he sits there and he holds it in his little hand. You can see his little muscles it's like
Giving him nowhere, Nathan.
straining. So there's a thing you can do. You get a napkin, and then you fold the napkin in half. You put it over the loop, and then you click your phone cover on top of the napkin, and then it holds like that. So then I proceeded to watch Sean put on bets while we're in the air.
Who would have thought I would have got a tip for Bendigo on a Sunday, but that's what happened.
Did it win?
No.
Didn't
Everything's
say
on
it was
track.
a good tip.
Everything's on
Say
track.
it was a good tip.
If you've been waiting to skip the school holiday crowds for your next trip, now's your chance.
Yeah, take a sneaky weekender with whatif.com.
Just imagine the quick airport check-ins.
Book accommodation and more on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Hey, one of my boys is off to school camp today. Ollie.
Where to?
Nanga Bush Camp. Did we all do that?
So
I
dwelling up.
went there when I
Dwelling
was
up.
first year of uni for our design camp, and
that would have been a very state affair.
It was.
I doubt it.
So the second years were like welcoming the first years, and it was the first time out of Kalgoorlie, and I'd never seen anything
the
like
big-
Nanga Bush Camp before.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
magical to me, and that's the
Canoeing.
and that's where one of the lecturers decided to throw a bunch of live bullets in the campfire. And then everyone just stood there and processed what happened and then ran for their lives.
First of all, let's talk about the
uni.
fact that your lecturer in your graphic design course had a handful of bullets.
I know.
Bullets.
That's
I know.
already a little bit suspicious, but also then thought it was a great idea to chuck them
throw
in a
them
fire.
in. Anyway, so that's my
Probably not
experience
going to
of
happen.
Nanga.
Well, yeah, I
not gonna happen
remember
to
just
Ollie.
doing the canoeing and all that kind of stuff. No, but Ollie, it's one of those things, and for mums out there, and we have Maggie Dent all the time, don't get flustered about boys because they don't care. They don't care.
They don't care. They'll wear what they find out in the bush.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Nathan.
What
And they
they
will
find in a tree.
happily wear the same thing every day.
Yeah, so Megan's gone off her head last night, and it's just making the household so intense because Ollie's not organised. And his thing is, Dad, just take me to Woolies and I'll just get a couple of things, which he
Some
does.
snacks,
That didn't
yeah.
take too long. And then when we get home, of course, he hasn't packed his clothes the way, Megan would like everything done and processed.
And he doesn't-
once
he doesn't
again,
need
he
a
doesn't
three-piece
care,
suit.
mate. I'll sleep in the same thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
And this just went on all night long, so... Mate,
But you know what,
very
though?
hard to get around last
Back
night. in
when
my
we
house.
were younger, I don't think you did want to look good, but you didn't have a choice.
No.
You know what I mean? You wanted to look your best, but the best of the shit that your parents have bought
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
But nowadays, there is a little bit more pressure on parents to send their kids to things, I'm thinking.
Oh, she was just worried
Isn't
about
there?
all those little bits and pieces. Oh, here's one
like
thing.
to,
Here's
to
one
not
thing.
have him prepared. Whereas back in our day, if our parents sent us away unprepared, no one cared.
The amount of times I heard her say, "Have you packed thongs?" Now, why do you reckon she wanted him to pack
Oh,
thongs
and to
for?
wear in the shower.
Yes.
Yeah, so he doesn't
Oh,
come,
he
doesn't
cares
come
about
home with a
that.
fungal infection. Yeah.
I'm like, mate, give it
I
up.
mean, I would have thought you'd pack thongs just to walk around. But
yeah, I mean, no. For the
Shower
shower.
thongs are a sign of the rich.
cares about shower thongs?
So he goes today for how many days? Just 2?
Just a Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's literally 2 nights.
I just remember them dumping
much
us
do you need
in
for
the
2
bush
nights?
for months.
Well, you remember that time you had to walk back after going out in the bush and the outback, obviously.
Yeah, back in the day, if the bus broke down, the teachers were fine. We used to say, no, I'll just walk back to town, no worries. They didn't know where you were. You didn't know where you were.
That's right.
You'd
Follow the sun.
being chased by animals.
So if he comes home on the bus, then that's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah,
That's a
kids
win.
these days, so spoiled.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
Ellie. Something different about Ellie today. Ellie's got she's got a new do.
Yeah. And Ellie, you think you look like a what?
Like a newsreader.
And Ellie, what do you do as a job?
I'm a newsreader. You know what I mean, though? Like, I'm not like a newsreader that
Well,
people see.
okay, we've worked it out, right? So Ellie's got new hair, and if it's if the part is happening from the side, you're newsreader. If
Yes.
it's happening from the middle,
It's fun, Ellie.
it's fun, Ellie.
So you've gone from the side again now.
Well, she's back to
Well,
the news.
I'm back
she's
to
in
the
traffic.
news,
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Oh, what's traffic, girl? Pigtails? Get into it.
A mohawk.
And that's your news at
now we
night.
do some polite news banter. Sean
Yeah,
used to do it on Channel 9.
Is there a story about a kitten or something?
Yeah. Like, so big weekend this weekend, Ellie.
Yes, Nathan.
I hear that you're going down to a garden market.
What? Asking me if I was going to a garden.
Yes, I hear you're going down to a garden market.
Ellie wants to know where the garden market is.
Yeah, I'll go. Bunnings?
No, this fits because there can't be impromptu talk on the
That's
news.
right,
You have
yeah.
to have set it up earlier so that she has an exact
Really?
point to come in with. Yeah, that's how it
Classic
works.
newsreader.
That's a classic
It's
news.
planned impromptu chat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you look amazing. I did say, don't you
look great.
think that hair would
She's
not,
leaving. She's just
would
walking
not
out.
be unusual on Reese Witherspoon, and she took that
Oh.
as such an insult.
No, she's very wealthy, Reese.
Reese Witherspoon?
Nothing wrong with Reese Witherspoon.
Well, your face was disagreeing earlier.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Nova's 20K Mystery Voices.
I listen to Nova.
Want to score cash? Just guess Nova's Mystery Voices. Want cash off your blinds? Head to ABC Blinds for their 40% off October sale now.
Look, we'd really like to give this away right now. We are only one voice away from somebody scoring $20,000.
One.
Just identify all 4 mystery voices, and the correct order, the cash is yours.
If you've been playing along, you know where the 3 correctly identified
Yes.
voices lay. So when we play the voices for you, you're going to know which one to concentrate on. Let's have a listen.
I listen to Nova.
One more time.
I listen to Nova.
Got it.
Now, if you're an astute follower of our socials
Yes.
on the Nova 937 Instagram account yesterday,
yep.
a clue dropped.
Yes.
Got another one. Gee,
We
we're flying.
love a clue, don't
We
we?
do love a clue.
It's an audio clue.
Here we go.
What a voice.
What a voice.
Love that. That's good.
There you go. What do you think?
I'm still marinating on it.
And then put that with the clue,
The other
the last clue, which was the last remaining voice is a TV star.
Jeez. Double threat guy. TV.
Wonder what
and
that could
sing.
mean.
We don't know that he can sing.
Yeah, Sean.
That's not saying he's a singer.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
just a,
That's
that's
not
an
saying-
audio.
that's not saying that's the
Can
person.
sing. Can sing.
No, we
No,
don't
we're
know.
not saying that.
We don't know that he can sing.
We don't
that
know what
voice.
That's a clue, Sean. There's no suggestion,
That's not suggestion
that's
that's
the
person.
actual voice.
Why would we play one word and then play the person, the voice saying more?
Maybe the clue is in what he's
thought it was.
singing.
Okay.
But you know what? Everyone can interpret it this clue.
Yeah, that's
their own
true.
way, because we could be
We
wrong.
don't know. We don't know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
you
saying,
sure?
don't jump to that
Yeah.
conclusion.
Sean just put a finger son of me.
We're just saying, don't lead the listeners down that path because you don't know that that's the case.
I'm leaving.
Wow.
That's bullying.
Who wants to have a crack at it? And
So you can play
potentially
this
win
game.
$20,000. Give us a call right now. Here we go. Can we give away the $20,000 for our mystery
You know
voices
what?
right now?
I think we can.
Well,
Righto, Lydia.
Lydia's in Thornley and she's ready to go. Hi, Lydia.
Hi, how you guys going?
Oh, we're wonderful, Lydia.
Lydia, let's win $20,000 before 7 a.m.
Oh, I'm hoping to do so.
Oh,
Okay.
my
Lydia.
gosh,
So good.
Have you been working with all the clues that have been given out over the last couple of weeks?
We have been trying, so I'm really hoping that we're going to get it right today.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so you do know the voices that already been correctly guessed in the correct order, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Great.
That's great.
And
As long as someone does that, I feel like we're moving forward.
Of course. And a couple of clues to help you out. The last remaining voice is a TV star. And this audio clue. Okay, Lydia.
Yes.
Do you want to have one last listen to the voices?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go.
I listen to Nova.
Really talked her into that now.
That was going to be a big fat no.
Yeah,
for me.
well,
I have to say this, I'm sick of hearing that.
I like the way we talked you around. Okay, Lydia, for $20,000, who are, in order, who are 4 mystery voices?
So the first one's Courtney Vine.
Yep.
The second one's Shakira.
Mm-hmm.
The third is Keith Urban.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth is Dilruk Jayasinghe.
There you go. Can I just say well done to everyone with Dilruk's?
I know Dilruk's name.
What do you mean, everyone?
No,
Well,
because
it's gotten better. People have gotten
progressively,
better.
progressively, we as
We're
a
now
city have learnt how to say it.
Progressive.
Paying
It
in the
was a slow
respect
burn,
of
man.
saying
But
his
that's
name
okay,
right.
as long as there was a burn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Courtney Vine, Shakira, Keith Urban, and Dilruk Jayasinghe.
Keith Urban,
Yeah.
Mr. Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Mr. Nicole.
Have you seen her in Lioness, everyone?
No, I have not.
Paramount.
Sean. No. Have you seen her in Practical Magic?
No, but I've seen her in Bewitched.
She stars as Sandra Bullock's sister.
Oh.
And they're just a couple of witches just trying to get through life in a small town. But we're talking about Keith here, aren't we?
I
Keith
guess you
for
would say he's a
20,000.
TV star because he was on The
Idol.
Voice.
He was.
Oh, sorry,
he
The
was.
Voice, yeah.
Yeah.
He spends a lot of time in the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nashville.
Nah.
Courtney Vine, Shakira, Keith Urban, Dilruk Jayasinghe. Lydia.
Yes.
For $20,000.
Life-changing money, Lydia.
It is.
You have 3 correct. And that's the 3 that we know about.
Lydia.
So I guess we can put a line through that person.
Keith.
Should try harder next time, Lydia.
Sean, no one's tried harder in the history of this game. In the history of this game, when this game started in the 1800s, nobody has tried harder.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Get your opinion on a situation that I saw unfold yesterday at the shop.
Oh.
It's always good to,
You got to keep an eye out, don't you?
check yourself before you wreck yourself sort of situation.
good
And
point.
I was buying some fruit yesterday because I thought I'm going to be a person that eats fruit.
Oh, just now? Just starting
No,
now?
I thought about it the night before and I went, oh my God, fruit salad, yeah.
Yummy.
So I got like some various apples. You know those brown pears, the ones
Yes.
that aren't green? And
No,
they're
I
brown?
won't do them, yeah.
I love those, yes, I got those.
It's
what's
like
the
the brown
various-
paper bag version of a pear.
Yeah, you know, what's that?
What apples are in season at the moment? Because I'm very picky.
Fuji is in season. I even Googled fruits in season.
Oh, did you? Good on you.
I did that. Berries are very hot
Yes,
right now. 'Cause
yeah.
I wanted watermelon, but watermelon is not.
Blueberries everywhere.
Blueberries.
The price of
And
blueberries is
Oh,
good now.
dramatically
Strawberries.
fallen.
$2.50.
Which is where we come to, Sean, to the strawberries.
Good on you, mate.
$2.50 for a punnet for 250 grams. Bargain.
Yep.
So I'm there going through there trying to, find one that, isn't bashed within an inch of its life.
So on that, because I was doing the same yesterday too, do you go for the punnets with the big ones in there? Because it's obviously on weight.
Sean,
so
I like like my size of my strawberries to vary. So yeah, I don't want just 3 giant strawberries. You know those
Yeah, 'cause
ones?
we know
the one.
Yeah, so you need a mixture, but it is exciting to have a big one every now and then.
Hey, Nat.
Isolate that.
Things you say that they're going to cut up and
Isolate that.
Anyway, but this is where things got a little bit weird. There was a woman there as well looking for the perfect punnet of strawberries. And she proceeded to open up punnets and take a strawberry out and sampling it and then giving me this smile, the cheeky grin smile, like I'm being naughty. But she'd bite into one. She'd bite into one and she'd go like that, and then she would like shake her head and go no, and close that punnet and then go to the next.
But that
punnet.
means all of those.
Thank you.
No longer have 250 grams.
That is my point.
That's true. That's
you can
stealing.
maybe do that with a grape. Or like a sneaky nut here and there.
If something that's being paid for, but that comes as it is.
Yes.
If it's in a container, you can't open the container. You can't even move them around within the container.
So she was there before I got to the punnets, right? And then she'd obviously done it because I opened up a couple of them and the lids came off really easily and they looked like they were missing a strawberry. And that's why I think she probably did it to about 5 or 6 punnets before she chose her punnet, which was unopened and full, and left. And it's like, what was the sampling of that
this
for?
Woman's
Because
a monster.
you trying that one strawberry in that punnet doesn't mean the next strawberry in that punnet is going to be the same.
You can't
100%.
judge the punnet by one strawberry.
That is
famously.
Yeah,
Was that a crime? Was that a crime?
That's a crime.
That's a crime.
That was a crime.
That's crime. No further debate required.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
New series, season 3 indeed, of Question Everything. It's back on the ABC tonight at 8:30, and the host with the most is, of course, Will Anderson. Welcome back, friend.
Hi, Will.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. It's always nice to talk to you. Like, I especially cleared my background today.
I know, really
Looks good.
I know. Sorry about that, Nathan. I know that you usually just like to see what's going on in my background. Yesterday I was virtue signalling. I was doing some press, and in my background I had the washing hung out on a, like a clothes horse. I'm like, look at me, caring about the environment, not using the dryer. I'm not on social media anymore, so that's the only way I can boast about how good a person I am. So look at this clothes horse, guys. But then it rained, so I put it in the dryer.
I've not had a clothesline for most
I don't
of
have
my
one
adult life.
Do you have a clothes horse thing?
An apartment clothes horse.
Yeah.
It's different.
Well, you chuck stuff in the dryer and your T-shirt, you just got to keep changing them. The lady at the shops gave me a massive lecture last week.
Oh, that it ruins the clothes?
Yeah, 100%, Will.
Really? Like, they're not selling you clothes that you can dry now? Is that the news?
And she said, don't peg them up either.
Sean shops at damp tees.
No, you don't want to be washing this, mate. No, not your clothing. You don't want to wash this. You wear it and you come and buy another one. That's what you do. That's our business model.
Yeah, smash it over the rocks down at the river and then just chuck it on.
That's actually a really good business model, isn't it? To convince people, no, this is only one wear only.
I always love that with jeans, where they're like, oh no, what you don't want to wash your jeans. You want to put them in the freezer. You want to bury them in a graveyard at midnight for 6 weeks. That's the only thing that'll get the stains out. But if you're not doing that, we can't help you. If you're washing your jeans, then they're going to fall apart.
I've heard it so often, but who's ever done it? Have you ever done it?
No. But we've all got that mate that you've been out with on the weekend. You go, he needs to wash his jeans. There is no freezer in Antarctica that is going to do anything to that denim.
And certainly if you put them in there, you don't want to eat the ice cream afterwards.
Oh, my God.
That's the guy who's going past the 24-hour Coles at the end of the night and just whacking him in the deep freeze for a couple of hours.
Hey, Will, before we came on, we're having a bit of technical difficulties, and I was wondering, is it just always our end when we're speaking to you? Because we have a bit of a battle, but you're doing a lot of these Zoom calls, so how often is it happening when you're trying to connect with people?
You know what I love about like Zoom technology? Any technology that involves a radio station. It's much like the capture "Are you a robot?" test on the internet, where every time it gives you a new set of scenarios. It's like every time the way you did it last time, they're like, "Oh, that's not how we do it anymore." No, it's changed. It's changed since yesterday. I know you're plugging all the same things and touching the same buttons, but it doesn't work like that anymore. Are your jeans in the freezer? This will not work unless your jeans are in the freezer. Take your pants off right now and whack them in a freezer.
That's right. Harry, our panel op, is giving you the thumbs up. He wholeheartedly agrees.
It is one of those things I love about this modern technology is that, like, I love that we get to things where they work well enough and then we're just like, okay, but we all know how they work if they're working, but the minute they don't work, you're like, I don't know, I guess we're going to have to turn it off and turn it back on again.
That's what we did. That's what we did.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but this is the first time we've spoken to you since our award loss.
Failed actor attempt.
Yes.
What award did you lose?
We were up for
Best on air team.
I don't even know. Yeah, best on air team at the Acras. First time we've ever been nominated for anything in 20 years, and
didn't win.
We lost.
Well, they say you've got to have that loss, though, to get you hungry. Isn't that right, Sean? Like,
Well,
I mean, that's how you...
so. Well, I
that's
in
how
my
you get
career,
that
had a
real
lot of
taste for
losses.
it. Yeah, and you are very hungry.
I'm
That's
starving.
what I've heard about you.
Well, we haven't been fed in 20 years. Nor does it look like anything's left on the buffet.
we're at this event, right? And so we had no expectations, right? But as the night got on, everyone was saying to us, "Oh, you're going to win.
I think what they meant was they want us to win." Yeah. Rather than that you're going to win. Because there's a big difference in my mind. You know what I mean?
And then...
Also, did the people who won the award, were they there? Were they there to collect it?
They were.
Oh, that's okay. Because I think any of those nights when the person who wins the award is not there to collect it, I feel like it's open slather to the rest of the contenders to have another vote. Like just in the room.
Like a redraw situation at a...
I just would have said, show of hands, guys. You all work in the industry. Let's just put this on the record. Show of hands. Who do you think? We'll all get up here. All the teams should get up there. They do that clap thing. They do it in sports. Where they just behind everybody's heads and they just line you all up together.
That's a great idea.
One of the funniest things was they had a picture of Kyle Sandlands come up with an apology saying Kyle cannot be here tonight because he's filming Idol, and then they had a shot of Ricky Lee sitting at the table behind us, who also just finished filming Idol.
And was in the room.
I mean, it's weird that they think you have to apologise for Kyle not being there. That feels like a bonus to me. Real selling point of the evening. I might have come along if I'd known that warning was coming.
So it hasn't... Our streak of being, the most unnominated and unawarded show in Australia...
Yeah, we've been nominated, but we haven't been awarded.
Is now, that's still intact. Yeah. You would have gotten a few awards. Go through some of your awards you've won, Will. Talk to me.
Really? Is that what we're doing this morning? I'm just going to list the awards that I've won.
What have you won?
Okay, well, I mean, a couple of years ago, I won Best Show at the Sydney Comedy Festival for my
Big deal.
Available on ABC iView. Won the Directors Award at the Melbourne Comedy Festival. Won a Helpman Award. Won myself an Actor Award, a Logie Award. I'm the 6 times People's Champion at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. And, of course, in year 11, I was awarded Knob of the Year by my high school friends.
We've seen your trophy, knob.
Yeah, you've seen my knob. That's right. Nathan spotted that knob. It's quite good.
I can see it a mile away.
Identifying any knob in a room.
Hey, Will, I just saw you also belted out 300 episode of Wilosophy. Was that 300?
I did, it's true. 300 episodes I've done.
Good to have it back, Will, I've got to say.
Thank you. It's been fun, actually. I've just pivoted to only talking to comedians and stand-up comedians, and it's just been the most fun because it's enabled me to talk to people from overseas, people I love, like Jimmy Pardo, who's a great American comedian that I love for the 300s. But I had Adam Hills on for the 301st.
No, that was like Inception, because everybody, of course, think that you and Adam are the same person. Yeah. So it was essentially you talking to yourself.
I was a little worried that I was going to listen back to that episode and it would just be me talking and then silence, and I was just imagining what the answers were, and it was going to be a real Fight Club meets Wilosophy situation that I was going to discover. But 2 separate people, you can see it. But what I love also is I get to talk to a whole bunch of new comedians, emerging comedians, people on the way up that people might not have heard about yet. Western Australia's own Brett Blake is one of my favourite recent episodes. He tells this incredible story about an incident he was involved in Western Australia when he was a kid, and it's one of the most compelling episodes of Wilosophy I've ever done. So, awesome. I loved it.
Hey, Will, everyone right now is just dissecting what happened with the yes vote, or how it turned into the no vote.
The no vote, yeah.
And, they're saying how we got there and the mistakes that they did with the marketing and all that sort of stuff. What's your opinion?
Well, I mean, I work for the ABC, so I have to be incredibly balanced about this. In fact, the ABC took the balance so strictly that I voted yes, Adam Hills had to vote no. B1 voted yes, B2 voted no. That's weird, but a progressive no. B2.
What about Jemima and Hamble?
Hamble is a no voter. Jemima was a yes. Mr. Squiggle, swinging voter, of course. Anyone can pull his strings. Normally votes above the line, but if you turn it upside down below the line. So, a lot of ABC politics going on.
Yeah, tricky.
I mean, The truth of it was something like this is that it was always stacked, right? Like there hasn't been, I think there's been one Labor-led referendum out of 26 that has not been bipartisan that has ever got through. So the odds were stacked against it ever going through, if you look at it in that sort of way. If you were at a casino and 25 in a row hadn't come up and you were like, this is my lucky one, people would be like, you know what, he's going to be broke in a minute.
Hey, what's
my favourite thing about the voting was you weren't allowed to wear the slogans into the voting booth. Did you see this story? No. You weren't allowed to have a political slogan on your T-shirt because when you're in the booth, people could be influenced by that. And I love the idea that you've had 6 weeks of the campaign, all the ads, all the commentary. You've walked past all the people giving you how to vote, and you still haven't made up your mind until you just look at someone wearing an Optus T-shirt and go, okay, yes, I guess I'll go with yes.
I've just got a vision. I've got a vision when you brought up Jemima and Hamble of the voting at play school, and then walking in and them putting their paper down and the blackboard telling them to hurry up. But straight away, I would think that Hamble would be the one that would vote no. Don't you think? Yeah.
It's just that Hamble's got that no vibe, you know?
Hamble has always had that no vibe. Jemima's always been really approachable.
I mean, it's the big Ted, little Ted thing too, isn't it? Big Ted definitely no voter.
And little Ted, more progressive.
More progressive, younger generation.
Yeah. Well, that's how it tends to work, right? You know? That's why. But the ABC just won't move out the big Teds of the world.
Question everything. What's on tonight? What can we look forward to?
Basically, we are the show that reads the whole article. We know you all just read the headlines, and that's okay. That's fine. But what we've discovered on our show is that, if you look beyond the big letters at the top of the article and read some of the smaller letters, they will often tell you that the big letters are full of crap. And the big letters are misleading you. They are telling you a lot of lies to bring you in. So we're going to look at the entire week of news and tell you what really went on.
And some ripper guests, Nath Valvo, who's one of our favourites. He used to work at Nova many years ago.
Love Nath Valvo. Yes. He's so funny on the show. He admits a crush he had on Jafar from Aladdin when he was growing up on the show tonight.
And Geraldine Hickey as well, who's a ripper.
Oh, so funny. Good. And Alex Lee. It's an all-star panel. So, it's a really funny show tonight.
Good on you, Will.
8:30 on, as Sean would call it, Channel 2.
Channel 2, mate. ABC. Watch the winners. The winners will be after it.
Or Channel 2 iView.
Yeah, Channel 2 iView as well. If you're calling it Channel 2, you're not going on iView. Thanks so much for talking to us, Will.
Thanks,
pleasure.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Dream team, just a dream. Dream team, I have a dream. Dream team.
For Telethon 2023.
These three might be the dream team, but if you make a telethon donation at any Spud Shed store from now until Sunday, October 22, you'll get a free 1 kilo bag of Spuds.
Oh, it's Dream Team time, everybody. We're trying to raise some money for telethon together with our mates at Spud Shed. First contestant up is Carissa from Coolbinia. Good morning, Carissa.
Good morning.
Hi, Carissa. Pretty exciting state of affairs to be in for you right now. You have a choice between the whole buffet. There is one Sean McManus.
Hey!
There is one Ali Patricevic. Hey! And then, of course, there is one expired loaf of pumpernickel. Your choice for who you want to pair up with to create your very own dream
Yes, you're in a
team.
privileged position to choose first, Carissa. Who's it going to be?
I'm going to have to stick with the girls and go with Ellie.
Yes, that was a very predictable outcome.
So sorry about that.
Okay.
That leaves Nicole from Como with a difficult choice. Hello, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, how you going?
Nicole. There's two of us left, Nicole.
Yeah. Remember, you want to make as much money as you can for telethon, and also, that will take you out the win. So you do have one Sean McManus.
Thank you.
Or one expired loaf of pumpernickel.
Tough choice, Nicole. Who do you want to team up with?
I'll have to go with Sean.
Are you sure? Because the pumpernickels had a few good rounds.
No, I think we'd make a dream team.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting choice.
Big mistake, eh?
All right. Remember that for every correct answer, $100 is donated to telethon. Ellie and Carissa, you're going to be going first. Nathan, I might get you to hold up the things for Ellie.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Now,
she's a cheat.
This is what it's going to happen. Nathan's got to hold up a card to Ellie. Ellie's then going to describe the thing that's on that card in 3 words or less to Carissa. Carissa, you can pass at any time. You can have multiple guesses if you like. Okay. Ellie, 3 words.
Can I pass? Can I
Yes,
pass?
you can pass.
Yes,
through.
you can pass.
This sounds really hard this week. I'm not going to lie.
You've got 60 seconds on the clock.
I think the people that we've been paired with is making it sound harder. You ready?
Okay. Ellie and Carissa.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
Your time starts now.
Right school works. Oh, that was terrible, mate. Sorry, next. Pass.
That was blackboard.
Eat dinner off.
Plate.
Yes.
Yes.
Sit bum on.
Chair.
Yes. Run on gym.
Treadmill.
Yes.
Spiky plant desert.
Cactus.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Bang music.
Drum.
Yes. Oh. Open door with.
Key.
Yes. Sleep head on.
Pillow.
Yes. Hang laundry with.
Rack. Laundry rack.
No.
No, you can have another.
Hanger.
No.
No.
Pass.
That was pegs.
Used in sport.
Balls.
Yes.
Amazing effort.
Oh my God, Carissa, amazing.
$800 for telephone, you
That
guys.
is a record.
$800. Well played, Carissa. You're a great teammate.
Sounds
Well done.
like people lecturing on how to speak like Yoda.
I know.
It is.
Hang head on.
I mean, it was
Wow. Come alive
No.
since you had your hair done.
it was no mouth bone cleaner, but it was
Mouth bone cleaner.
We move on
Very
now
erotic.
Why did I say Colgate?
Because mouth bone cleaner's better. And it's what comes into your mind.
Nicole and Sean.
Yes. Nicole.
Yes.
All right.
So how much was that raised just before?
$800.
$800,
So eight
Nicole.
correct. That was amazing.
Nicole,
So the
are
score
you
to beat-
at this moment regretting the choice of Sean McManus over
the
the lump
pumpernickel?
of expired pumpernickel?
No.
Okay.
I don't think the pumpernickel will get you $1.
Okay, here we go.
We might get one.
Sean and Nicole, your time starts now.
Clean dishes.
No, you used the word
Yeah.
in there.
Dishwasher that was.
Take photo with.
Camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
Board game numbers. Roll.
Dice.
Yes.
Wet, clean. No, pass. Put on lips.
No, it's got lip in it. Lipstick.
Ring noise.
What?
Ring noise.
School.
Yeah.
School bell.
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 Yeah,
Well,
bell.
that'll do.
Post on fridge.
Magnet.
Yes.
Smelly scent.
Smelly scent. Deodorant.
More
No,
information.
have another guess.
Oh, pass.
That was perfume.
Yeah.
Blow your nose with.
Blow your nose with his four.
Is 4 words. What do we
Are you
get?
sure you don't want to go back and redo the round with the pumpernickel?
How many did I get? How many did we get?
Amy, what did we get?
You got $400.
$400. So we've raised $1,200 today.
$1,200.
Amazing. So we have a total running
well done,
total
Nicole.
of $2,700.
You dominated, Ellie.
Ellie,
Well done.
mate.
And
You did it again.
Carissa, you've scored a $1,000 Spud Shed voucher and a Telethon Snuggle hoodie.
Yay, thanks, guys.
Well done.
No worries.
2,700. Well done. Sean.
I'll take that.
Lipstick put on lips.
Oh,
Sean,
you know, I didn't look ahead. Wasn't bad.
Oh, it wasn't good. It was okay. It was just right.
Mouth bone cleaner.
Mouth bone cleaner. Actually, you're right. You're right.
He'll be
That's
back
on my
tomorrow.
grade.
More
Here
opportunities
lies Nathan Morris.
to raise
Mouth
money
bone
with
cleaner.
Spud Shed tomorrow.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
So we've been telling you about the tales of when we went to Sydney just last weekend.
We're really milking it. We're only there for 3 days.
I know, but so many things happen.
I know.
Our show doesn't
So
get to
much
go anywhere.
adventure.
We don't get to
No,
go
we don't
anywhere.
get to go.
Other shows are travelling all around the world. I mean,
Yeah.
like we got our passports ready to go to Piara Waters the other
Yeah,
week.
that's true.
Like that was a big trip for us. So anyway, Sean and I caught the same flight over, and then afterwards we've been set up with a corporate Uber account. Everyone, very exciting. It means we can
Yes.
choose whether we pay it for it or the company does.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be locked out of that.
Yeah.
hey, the company.
That's not going to last.
Already tried it on Uber Eats. Doesn't doesn't work. Anyway, so I have never called an Uber from the airport in Sydney. It's always
a
just
nightmare, by the way.
It's a labyrinth.
Their setup is terrible.
So they told us to. Someone said, you walk down there and then you go up, and that's where you get your Ubers from. No worries. So me and Sean go that way, and it's very confusing because sort of Ubers are driving in, they're driving around. You see car parks, you don't know how they're getting to that car park.
And it says it's like pickup area A. There's big signs say A, B, and C, but there's no indication about which one you're supposed to be at.
Yeah.
Like the Uber doesn't tell you, and so you're just going, where am I supposed to be?
It's super confusing. And then Sean spots our Uber, a Tesla, by the way. Absolutely thrilled.
We're very modern,
thrilled to ride in it, yeah. And the Uber's driving up, and then I didn't really see what had happened. I thought Sean sort of waved to the guy, and then from that point on, Sean and this Uber driver started arguing. Before the Uber driver even approached us in the car, they were arguing.
That is true. So what happened? I was saying to Nathan, he's only 2 minutes away. Actually, I can see him. Yeah. He's just coming around the corner.
Because it's a real bottleneck to get into the Uber pickup area, and they take forever. You're looking at the thing going, these guys, they're not moving.
So Nathan and I were standing right where the car comes in, and it goes over a bit of a crosswalk, and an arm goes up so it can collect its ticket and come into. And Nathan's so right. We don't know whether to follow it and how it goes. So anyway, I saw the guy, so I gave him a bit of a gesture, and then he started flinging his arms around, saying stuff, and I'm going back to him. What are you on about? I'm going back to him.
So bad.
What are you about?
Guys, I was dying.
So eventually he pulls around. I go, geez, that didn't get off to a good start, mate. What's your problem, or what was going on? Oh, you can't get in there. He was talking about.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't take that. I wasn't taking that. So I was just flinging stuff back at him left, right and centre.
It was so bad.
Whose racing was at stake here?
It was Sean's.
I thought it was connected to the business.
No, but it's still connected to you.
Because you're the passenger.
Yeah, so and I'm just sitting going, God, Sean, you're rating. I'm just saying stars.
Yeah, you were.
Left, right and centre. But I was so mortified that I found myself, because I was really tired because the plane had been delayed, and I just wanted to get to the hotel, and I just thought, this guy is going to either... Because the argument didn't stop. We put our luggage in there. Sean goes to touch the boot. The guy goes, the boot comes down on itself.
Didn't he?
And I go, Sean goes, well, mate, we're not getting enough food.
So you're having a bad day?
So then we get in the car. They're still arguing, both of them, and we're driving away. They're still arguing. I'm going, we're going to get dropped on the side of the road and then have to deal with that.
Didn't you? Because you
went to the wrong place.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so here I am in the back just trying to be the peacekeeper, and then all I could say to him was, oh, I'm sorry, we're from Perth.
To defuse the situation.
Because I wanted to explain, so we don't have an Uber thing like this at the airport. We've never experienced. I'm so sorry, we're from Perth. And that seemed to be when he started forgiving us, because I think he might have heard it before.
I think
that if you live in Perth...
perception of Perth is that we're a hick town with no sophistication, and therefore...
Well, to be honest, I think a lot of people in Perth, when we leave the safety of our city, there are things out in the world we don't understand, and the only way that we can give an excuse to how we're dealing with it is, sorry, we're from Perth. I think it's happened.
It did. It worked. It did work.
And then it diffused the situation. Yeah, sure. By the end of it, best friend Sean gave him a tip. By the way, that comes out of your personal bank account. It doesn't come off the corporate thing.
Bullshit.
You know that? No. if you tip, really? Yeah, if you tip, it comes out of your personal Uber account.
What are you telling us? Yeah, why did you tip him?
So Sean tipped him $10,000. So the goal is right. We want to talk about this, right? So you're from Perth, and you've hit a situation outside of Perth that has confused you, and you've used the phrase, sorry, we're from Perth. It
happens to the best of us.
We're going to give somebody $300 to spend at Matilda Bay Restaurant. You can check out their wedding and event showcase on October 29. Register now at matildabayrestaurant.com.au. We've eaten at Matilda Bay. And
that's a good reason to be from Perth. No apologies there.
Yes,
that's the best thing about Perth, you might say. All right, have you had to say, sorry, we're from Perth?
Sorry. I understand. I think one of the first times as an adult I said, sorry, I'm from Perth, is when I didn't realise the rules of the escalators over in the eastern states. How you stand on the left-hand side if you're going to just stand there, and you leave the right-hand side for walking. And people were furious that I was in the right-hand side.
Well, Nathan, in London, it's the opposite.
London, Nathan.
It's
What
the
do you
opposite.
mean?
You stand on the right
I see.
and
This is
overtake
my
on the left,
point.
which
And it's
makes no
full on,
sense.
man. It's full
yeah,
on
they
there.
will push you out of the way.
Yeah, so that was I'm sorry we're from
I'm from
Perth
Perth,
because
yeah.
Mum and Dad didn't realise either and trying to get them over because they needed a 4-hour explanation of what's happening instead of just standing to the left.
Katie's in North Beach. Hi, Katie.
Good morning. How are you?
Great, Katie.
When did you have to explain away your behaviour by saying you're from Perth?
So a couple of years ago, I lived in Melbourne, and I lived in South Melbourne, and I was driving to Hawthorn to meet a friend for breakfast.
Yeah.
So going through the city and just took like the right-hand turn as you do and didn't realise it was one of those hook turns.
Yes.
And the pedestrians are like yelling at me, and I was just driving by and I was like, sorry, I'm from WA, read the plate.
Read the plate.
I mean, and you know what? As soon as you say sorry, I'm from Perth or sorry I'm from WA, everyone goes, oh, okay. And they seem to have like an understanding.
But then I just kept going, driving like to Hawthorn, and then I was like looking at my maps, and then the next thing I realised, I had these 3 trams behind me dinging because I was in the tram lane, not
the driving lane.
Those hook turns
and
always got me.
yelled out again. I was just like, sorry, I'm from WA, read the plate.
Yeah, read the plate. Katie, when I was in
daunting.
I was in a similar situation to you because I went to uni in Melbourne, so I was still on P plates.
Yep.
And I have been driving in Melbourne, and I reckon it was 3 weeks before I found out that if you're driving behind a tram, so the tram's in the middle, if a tram stops, even if you're on the inside lane, you have to stop because otherwise you run over pedestrians that are getting off the tram. I didn't know that.
Wow.
I didn't know. So I was
how would you know that?
Undertaking
Yeah.
for 3 weeks. How I didn't hit anybody, I'll never know.
Oh, this is the thing. You've got to tell us. We don't have trams.
Give us a pamphlet at the border or something.
Yeah, no. Things that Perth don't have. Look out for them.
Thanks, Katie. Dan's in Callista. Hello.
Okay, guys, how you going?
Good, Dan. Have you used the excuse of being from Perth for something?
Yeah, so look, we went over to Queensland, Gold Coast, first time over there, and doing a fair bit of rubbernecking, driving around, looking at the sites, and come sort of rolling into a roundabout, which I didn't overly notice that well, and didn't obviously give way to my right, and tradie come through the roundabout, and I saw him too late. So we touched bumpers, and I knew I was completely at fault. So I jumped out of the car, and I looked at him and just put my arms up and shrugged my shoulder and said, "Oh, sorry, mate, I'm from Perth."
Like we don't have roundabouts here. Did that excuse fly?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what he said. He goes, "Doesn't Perth have any roundabouts?" I went, "Oh, well, yeah, well, look, we do. But they're just different size."
We've never dealt with this exact size roundabout in Perth.
Yeah.
But how are you supposed to keep your eyes on the road when you're driving past Movie World,
I know,
SeaWorld,
so
World
many
World?
things to see.
Meet a mates.
Come on.
Oh, too funny. Thanks, Dan.
You're right, Sean. We've got a couple of people there that have had to apologise for being from Perth.
Yeah.
Who are you going to gift?
$300 to spend at Matilda Bay Restaurant. Check out their wedding and events showcase on October 29, not far away. Register now at matildabayrestaurant.com.au. Great calls, both of them. Katie's going to get it, though. Those hook turns, the trams. Check the plates, man.
Check the plates. It's the greatest excuse of all time.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We just heard from people apologising because they're from Perth. We got a Instagram message from Andrea saying had the audacity to wear a very bright, colourful Gorman raincoat in Melbourne.
Oh,
City
no,
of
that's
Black.
not okay.
Had to apologise to everyone. Sorry, I'm Perth. They weren't impressed with her.
Yeah.
They weren't impressed with her. You're
No
wearing
place for
colour in their
colour.
city.
How dare you? Black skivvies, that's it.
You wouldn't operate a chainsaw blindfolded, so why dig without searching before you dig
That
first?
is true.
If you don't,
Not blindfolded.
You're
I wouldn't do it blindfolded.
Shush. If you don't, you're digging blind. Search before you dig online every time.
I think there's a
Don't
lesson
act
in
like
that for all of us.
you act like you dig.
Yeah.
I've dug.
No, we've all dug.
No,
But no, you
you've
act
been
like
out
you
with dug.
act like you actively dig. You don't dig.
You're not a digger.
No, I'm not
You
a
don't
digger.
dig.
I'm not saying I'm a digger.
You're not a digger.
I'm just saying I wouldn't use a chainsaw blindfolded.
Well, you wouldn't know how to turn on a chainsaw, let alone...
You need a license. for a chainsaw.
Don't.
No, you don't.
You don't. Mum and Dad
you
have
don't.
got one.
Talking about?
No, you don't.
That is 100% right.
License for a
100%
chainsaw.
wrong.
Do not.
Oh, you direct the news. Listen what's coming out of your mouth.
You don't.
Dougie said he did a chainsaw course.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's a dismembering
Can
body.
I
That's
say, the
different.
things that Dougie said that impressed you into being with him is amazing. Dougie is listen to this. I've done a chainsaw course.
I mean,
oh my God.
You can
I've
probably do a chainsaw course, but you don't have to
Okay.
operate a chainsaw.
Have you got your chainsaw license?
No, you don't need a license to have a chainsaw?
No.
I feel like you should need a license to have a chainsaw.
I feel like you should need a license to have a news director.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
Nathan just raised something really important.
Sean owns me $37.50.
Sean, what have you got to say for yourself?
I don't believe
You do.
that's accurate.
You do.
You paid to upgrade your chair and I got it for free.
okay,
This is
no, I
the
take it back.
emergency exit aisle situation. I paid $75. Sean ended up getting it for free. Therefore,
There you
you
go.
owe me $37.50. You shouldn't have got it for free.
Qantas or whoever airline you fly with, they put you the emergency exit row. That's random, man.
No, but that's
Random.
not fair. The end. You owe me $37.50.
Righto.
So, I'd like it.
Can I play Monopoly money?
He's going to write you a check.
Exactly.
Did you ever have a checkbook?
Yeah,
I mean,
did.
I had one for the
Did you?
business.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
written a check. It always looks so fancy. I think I'd do it with a quill pen.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Yeah.
When I started my chiropractic,
Oh, bird coverings.
people, I reckon, about 30 to 40% played with a check at the start.
Yeah.
By the end of it, there was one guy. that
One
still paid
guy
check.
with his
Yeah.
little checkbook,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you pull it out,
Yeah.
and then
What a
right,
hassle.
non-negotiable. Do it? Or,
Yes.
No, is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Or to
non-negotiable.
pay out, or to
Non-negotiable.
for cash, pay in cash. Is that
Yeah, you gotta
something
do the
people
two
used to
lines
write?
across.
Yeah, that's not negotiable, which means it has to go into your
Check.
Do
account.
businesses have check? Is that still is that just done?
I
by
just
the
got
way?
a thing from one of the banks that I bank with, which is Macquarie. They said that they're not accepting checks anymore. So that's just...
Sean,
not a
cashless in 5 years, they reckon. Completely
What do
across
you
the
think
board,
about that?
cashless. Well, I can see some issues.
Oh, yeah. I was at Woolies the other day and a lady was paying her grocery bill, a couple of $100. She gave away 200s and they grabbed the bills and the kid, he had to walk it over to a lady to hold it up
To
in
say,
the
what is
skylight.
this? What is this?
Yeah, and I said, do they...
I mean,
it's a whole stop down to check.
Can I
if
say-
they'll pay.
Cashless is all fine until there's some sort of technical difficulty when you can't get any money, you can't pay for anything.
There was an
every
article
now and then
yesterday-
they go down, then that's when you're in trouble.
There was an article yesterday about Australia being cashless within years, and all these people on the comments down the bottom are so funny. Jane D, just more control over us bottom feeders again, she says. And then we've got Danny M, who says, "Oh, we're allowed to talk about this, are we now? All part of the bigger agenda that some of us have been awake to for a long time." What are you doing on
He's
about?
had the awakening.
You
and
do
he
need to
knows.
go to sleep and take the alcohol off your head. Hi, Ross.
Right, big farmers coming for us, guys. But what about when you go to a shop and you go to pay cash and they say, sorry, we don't accept that?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Can I tell you, right? Hey,
It's cash.
remember?
Yes.
No, I do agree with it. Cash
Why?
is filthy.
Why?
Cash is filthy. And if you're paying in cash, you're a dodger. You're dodgy. You're covering something. So anyway, what about when the tap and go situation first came out? Remember there was that ad of showing how easy tap and go
Yes.
was, and then someone didn't have tap and go,
That's
and
right,
then
they
everyone was
held up
rolling
the
their eyes.
whole line
That
in the
happened to me the other day
cafeteria.
in IGA.
Yeah.
Everyone was tap and going, and then this woman goes, no, she puts a card in physically, and then she
I
puts the
know.
numbers in. And you should have seen everyone. Everyone wanted to
She
just
pin coded it.
throw her out of the way because she was taking 10 seconds to pay.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.